I wasn't an actor before I got the part, I didn't really know what I was signing up for, and I didn't realize that, yeah, I would be dealing with fame of that magnitude, of that size. So it was really overwhelming, especially when you're 16 and you're still trying to figure out who you are, and you're really struggling with your own identity, and you feel insecure, and you don't, yeah, and I was really shy as well, so it didn't really serve me. And yeah, I just, the fame side of it, I don't think I really enjoyed, because I didn't know what was happening, and I just wanted to hide. And so I feel like I left acting for a while because it just, yeah, it was too much. And then, but then it brought me back in some way, because I auditioned for a theatre job, and I was on stage, and I realised I really enjoy being on stage when I'm somebody else. And then I was addicted to acting again. So yeah, the spotlight element, not so good. But now I think like I'm used to it now, because I've done it enough, and I'm more secure about who I am and more confident. So yeah, I'm happy.
But I think, so raise your hands if you have watched Bridgerton. Everyone, wow. Raise your hands if you first known Katie from Harry Potter. Also everyone, wow. See, everyone follow you through along the way. But like coming back to Hong Kong with these, much audience, like I think the role in Harry Potter film series is when you're a teenager, like it's when you're facing a younger audience at that time. But now with much more grown audience in Asia, what do you feel like this? Like, what do you feel the difference? Like, do you feel more connected, or is it like a difference?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been doing this for more than 20 years now, and I have fans of all ages, and a lot of you have supported me through the years and seen my career grow, and I just really appreciate that, and especially when people say to me like, oh, I can see that you have range, and that you can do more than just be one character, and that means a lot to me, I guess. So yeah, I'm just, it's nice to have new fans, it's nice to have old fans. I'm just like any fans. I'm just very, very grateful, and I would be lying if I said it didn't matter, because without you guys I probably wouldn't be here, because I think it's it's never just about the acting, it's about how people can resonate with you, and I think I have my fans because they resonate with me in some way, because I represent them, and so it's kind of a two-way thing. Yeah.
Okay, so because I mentioned about these two words over time, but you've done a lot of work like arcane and voice acting and stuff. Whoa! Can you talk about a little more about that kind of experience in those jobs?
Oh God, arcane again. So lucky. I am a decorated officer. I really enjoyed Arcane. It was like a massive learning curve for me. I didn't get this job to begin with. They actually told me that I didn't get the job, and they offered it to somebody else. And at the time, obviously, nobody knew what Arcane was, and it was still in development. So it was kind of, I get rejected all the time when I audition, so it's nothing new to me. So I just thought, oh, okay, well, that's a shame. But then, I think a couple of months later, they came back to me and said, actually, they want you to play Caitlin now. And so I was like, yeah, okay, sure, great news. But it wasn't until I was really heavily in the process, doing the voice acting, and because it was very highly secretive as well, the scripts. So I didn't receive it until maybe a few days before I was due to go in to record. And so I was always a bit confused about what was happening because of all the kind of language, you know, because I didn't play League of Legends, so I didn't know what like Piltover was or Zon, just all these words that I was confused by. So I didn't really follow the story. And every time we went in to record, it was during COVID, so I would record like a little bit for, you know, and then not record again for 3 months. So I really couldn't follow the story. And it really wasn't until it was released that I was like, wow, this is really effing good. But while I was recording, they showed us some of the animation, like rough sketches, and already then I was like, this is going to be special because they are really, really delicate about every single word and line that I'm saying as Caitlin. And they really took their time, and the directors just cared so much about every character and why someone is saying something. You know, they're not just saying it for any reason. And that was like, I just want to work with directors like that forever. So yeah, I again didn't know what the outcome of Arcane was going to be like. I'm very lucky that it's become this really successful show. Yeah.
I think there are people just coming just for that, right?
Yeah.
I heard like the cheers.
Yeah. No, Arcane is a big deal. Yeah, and like I think again, yes, it's animation, but these are characters that people can resonate with because they're very complex, very nuanced, and we care about them. They make mistakes, they're not perfect. So they have done an incredible job to make them very human. Yeah.
Yeah, I can resonate as well because I'm a content creator for about 10 years. So every piece of work or stuff that I got viral, it's definitely because the audience resonate with what you've done, what you said, and like the character or whatever that played in that work. So yeah, I feel very surprised, but like now let's talk about the other work, recent work, right?
Yeah, sure.
Everyone wants to talk about your experience at Bridgerton.
Yeah.
I watched some of your interviews, and you probably have got asked about this question for many times. But like, how do you feel like playing like a villain?
Oh, I love playing a villain. I mean, some people would say I already played a villain when I played Caitlin, but I would disagree. But with Araminta, she's definitely a villain. But she's also very complex, and she's someone who really cares about her children.
It's definitely not like a traditional Cinderella story. Like
no, but you know what? Actually, I also was inspired by a lot of TVB drama.
Oh, which one?
What?
Which one?
Something.
Really?
No, but like all the kind of like aunties and like Silai and all that, you know, all those characters. I think growing up when I was watching all those soaps, it has some kind of influence for Araminta's character, you know, just very cutthroat, direct, efficient. So yeah, I think she was really fun as an actor to play. I'm at a point in my life in my career where I feel like I can play. I'm not doing the work because like as an actor for a long time I was scared. I was always very scared that I wasn't good enough. And that I was working from a place of fear. And I think that applies to kind of anything that you do. You know, you have to work your way towards not feeling scared anymore. And then at some point you go, oh, actually I am good enough. And I can start playing and I can start doing things that I want to do, because actually that's what is unique and special about me as an actor. And so it is always about what you can bring to the table, but it just takes a while to get to that point. And I think with Bridgerton I was able to, also because I have a young child, it's exhausting. I love being a mom, but it's exhausting. So then I don't have the capacity to be nervous, anxious. I'm just surviving. So when I got to work you know, on the set of Bridgerton, I just had enough energy to play the character, and then I would go home and sleep. You know, yeah.
You should try some traditional Chinese medicine.
I did.
Oh, you did?
No, I have.